Peace, everybody. Back with another video. This is Joe Biden won't travel to Milwaukee for 2020 DNC because of coronavirus concerns. Oh, of course not, because he's in his basement all the time. He has nobody to debate with, and he never will. So Joe Biden might as well stay in his basement. Joe Biden won't be traveling to Milwaukee for the 2020 Democratic National Convention. Of course, we know that. So he won't be going to Milwaukee. Nope. As long as he's in his basement, he won't be doing anything. And neither will any of the other speakers who will address the now mostly virtual convention. Of course not, because they're all scared of what's going to happen now, because the Democrats have no choice but to testify now. And this is why it's going to be a hot August for the Democrats, because they are going to have to testify. And even though they're lying about what they know, and they're just covering it up even more. And I just seen the testimony of Sally Yates, and she's kept lying her butt off about everything, saying, oh, she don't know what happened, this and that about General Flynn, when she does. Biden will accept the party's presidential nomination from his home in Delaware. Of course, from his basement. He has no chance of winning to be a president. He has no chance. All right, he doesn't. And his VP pick, the first one he had was Kamala Harris, but we know Kamala Harris is not going to go and debate because she's a reptilian. So what is Joe Biden going to do now? Nothing. And this is why he will not accept the party's presidential nomination from his home in Delaware. Biden's campaign had previously said he intended to be at the convention. Yeah, what convention? Where nobody's going to show up at, with only 5 people in the room? How does that make sense? And it doesn't. He's only going to have 5 people there. In a statement, organizers said after ongoing consultation with public health officials and experts who underscored the worsening coronavirus pandemic, the Democratic National Convention Committee announced today speakers for the 2020 Democratic National Convention will no longer travel to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in order to prevent risking the health of our host community, as well as the convention's production teams, security officials, community partners, media, and others necessary to orchestrate the event. Yeah, so the statement organizers did say after ongoing consultation with public health officials and experts. Oh, you mean the ones that they hired to lie about the coronavirus? Those public health experts, right? Okay. They're the ones that are inflating the numbers. This is why they keep lying. Who underscored the worsening coronavirus pandemic, the Democratic National Convention Committee announced today speakers for the 2020 Democratic National Convention will no longer travel to Milwaukee. Of course, because nobody wants to hear Joe Biden's mouth after what he said about black people, calling them the N-word. And plus, he's racist anyway. Who wants to listen to Joe Biden's mouth? I don't think anybody wants to. Democratic National Committee Chair Tom Perez said, from the very beginning of this pandemic, we've put the health and safety of the American people first. We followed the science, listened to doctors and public health experts, and we continued making adjustments to our plans in order to protect lives. That's the kind of steady and responsible leadership America deserves, and that's the leadership Joe Biden will bring to the White House. Joe Biden is not going to bring nothing to the White House except destroy the country even more. You see what happened in Lebanon yesterday. there was a building that blew up. I don't know what it. I don't know. People are saying there was fireworks in there. People are saying there was something else there. I don't know. But look what happened in Lebanon yesterday. How is Joe Biden going to do anything about that? He can't. He has dementia. He doesn't know. He can't even put a sentence together. And then Democratic National Committee Chair Tom Perez, from the very beginning of this pandemic, we put the health and safety of the American people first. Well, excuse me, but Donald Trump is doing that just fine by himself, putting the American people first, while the Democrats are doing everything they can to destroy America. And there's a lot of evidence right in front of you, but you just don't even want to acknowledge it. You just say, oh, it's just a peaceful protest. No, it's not. These protesters are not peaceful. BLM and Antifa are all about chaos and destruction. And here the Democrats say, oh, they're just peaceful protesters. No, they're not. They never were peaceful. They destroyed the country. This is why Donald Trump is bringing in the federal marshals to protect the federal buildings, because these non-protesters are destroying them, the courthouse and whatever else. And yet here the Democrats are saying, oh, well, Trump is bullying people. No, he's not. He's getting these criminals off the street, the ones that are destructive to America. That's the reason why he's bringing in the federal marshals, so all these federal buildings can be protected from the non-protesters. And of course here it says, we follow the science, listen to doctors and public health experts. Oh, you mean the fake science you want to listen to, huh? Uh-huh. And listen to doctors and public health experts. Oh, they're all frauds as well. They're liars too. These fake scientists are not real scientists at all. They're all liars. They don't know nothing. They keep inflating the numbers. They keep telling you lies about this and that when it's not true. These Democrats know what they're doing. They're destroying our country, and yet you don't see nothing wrong with it? Wake up, people, because this is what they're doing to us. The Milwaukee Convention is now just a shell of what was originally envisioned. Well, of course it's going to be a shell, because nobody wants to hear Biden talk. They don't want to hear him. They say, no, we don't want to hear Biden talk. Leave him in his basement. We don't want to hear him. Yeah, I don't blame them. When the city landed the event more than a year ago, it was hoped that 50,000 people would travel to Milwaukee for 4 non-stop days and nights of politics. Well, apparently those 50,000 people are not going to be traveling nowhere near to Milwaukee. They're not going to listen. They don't want to hear it. All Joe Biden does is lie to people. He admitted of the crime bill he drafted. He admitted of calling a black mayor a long time ago the N-word. Oh yeah, that video's around. Go look for it. He admitted that he was going to put people back in chains again. In other words, he wants people to be slaves again. This is what Joe Biden wants. And people are not going to put up with that. This is a free country, and Joe Biden has no right to enslave us all. He has no right. because it's against constitutional rights, civil rights, and everything else. And here these Democrats, they undermine Donald Trump because because they cannot work with him because they hate him so much because he's giving the country back to America. And all the money that he gets, he donates it. He don't want it. It's blood money. That's why he gives it to charities. But the coronavirus pandemic upended plans. The original convention's dates were moved back a month and delegates were told to stay away. Oh, so now, but the coronavirus pandemic upended plans and the original convention's dates were moved back a month. How are you going to move them back a month when he's got no chance of winning because he only debates with 5 people in the room? And now there won't even be any speakers in Milwaukee. Of course there won't be, because nobody cares about him. While we wish we could move forward with welcoming the world to beautiful Milwaukee in 2 weeks, we recognize protecting the health of our host community and everyone involved with this convention must be paramount. Joe Moses said, the convention's chief executive said in a statement. So this is what he said in a statement. While we wish we could move forward with welcoming the world to beautiful Milwaukee in 2 weeks, no, the only thing that ends up happening is the new world order that these Democrats are waiting for. But you know what? People are not going to put up with the new world order. These Democrats are so controlling over everybody. We got to do as they say or else. I just think people's had enough of these Democrats. They're slave owners. That's who these Democrats are. It's either do what we do as they say or we all die. And this is what they're doing. They're killing people, allegedly. So Mones added, this convention will look different than any previous convention in history. It will reach more people than ever before and truly be a convention across America for all Americans, regardless of which party you belong to or who you voted for in previous elections. This unconventional convention will launch Joe Biden to victory in November. No, it won't, because Trump is going to be reelected again. Joe Biden is going to be losing. Joe Biden has no chance of becoming a president whatsoever because he's got dementia, for one. His wife drags him all over the place instead of taking care of him like she should be doing. But no, let's just drag Joe Biden all over the place while he's got dementia and he can't put a single sentence together. That's what they're doing to him. But then, but Joe Biden thinks, oh, well, I'm gonna win. We're gonna no, not with Joe Biden's world, because he wants to get rid of the police. He wants to get rid of the schools. He wants to get rid of the charter schools. He wants to get rid of the mental health facilities. Everything you could think of, he wants it all gone. He wants it all gone. He doesn't want no part of it whatsoever. And this is the kind of person you want to vote for in office, really? Or for the White House? I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. But if all you people that are for Joe Biden, if you're okay with with the police being abolished, go ahead and call your social worker, because that's where it's going to end up at. When you need help from the police department, you ain't going to get them. You're going to have no choice but to call your social worker. This is why child abuse is up every day. Suicides are up every day. Homicides are up every day. People getting shot more every day. It's because of the Democrats. They don't do nothing. They're not here to help you. They're here to kill us, allegedly. They want to destroy the Christians. These Democrats are demons. They don't care about you. You think you're going to get comfort from them? No. You think they're going to give you security? No. Take a look at what is happening to our country and think about what happened in Lebanon or in Beirut yesterday. Buildings blew up, like about 16 blocks worth. That's how powerful the blast was yesterday. Think about that, what these Democrats are really about. Leave your comments below. I am out.